Okay, chat, we're back. I don't know what happened with my internet. My internet just went out for some reason. So, but we are back live. So we're gonna try to get this thing back on track. Okay. So, so first thing, like what we were talking about, is working holds and how I think working holds should be implemented in a wrestling game. And my personal opinion is about working holds because they had it in 2K15, if I'm correct, and it was like I think you could do body scissors and like rear chin locks and stuff like that. But here's what I think they should do with the working hold is this: take a page out of like Day of Reckoning 1 and 2's playbook, cause how their submission system worked is not like it was an instant tap out. You can choose when you could tap your opponent out. Because if I remember correctly, I'm trying to remember how it worked, how their submission system worked, but how to implement it into a working hold. So it's like, nah, you're not trying to just tap your opponent out all the time because not every hold or submission is always going to resort to a tap out. Most of the times when you're using holds like these like this ever, it's just just like stall for time or just for like stall for time and rest. Because basically, working holds is a part of it's basically your storytelling. That's basically the reason why I think that working holds need to be back into a wrestling game. Because here's what they should do. So as for working holds, what I'm thinking is how you can have like say if you want to like if you're trying to submit your opponent, they'll be like it's almost like how they're doing the chain wrestling thing. You could choose what you want to do. You could choose if you want to submit them. You could choose if you want to hold. You want to choose if you could drain them, and you want to choose if you can just like I forget that fourth one because I know what it is. It's submit, then it's hold, then it's rest. I'm trying to remember the last one. I can't remember the last one, but if they had a system like that, that would probably be a good system to use. But they should have that mini game. Like if your opponent guesses like what you're doing. So say for instance, if you're going for a submission, if you choose to submit your opponent, but your opponent guesses you're going for a submission, you should be able to reverse out of it. Like I don't know, like probably like say if you're in a headlock or something like that, and you're trying to submit somebody with a headlock or something. There should be like an animation signaling that your opponent is getting out or something like that. Say like they're getting to their feet and they're giving you a couple elbows to the gut and they're free. Easy peasy. It's not really like a good. It's not like a complicated system. But if I can get word out to 2K about this, this is basically what my goal is to try to get this out to 2K. Hopefully they can hear this out. If not this game, if it's not this game, then next year's game for sure. Try your best to get working holes back into the get working holes back into a wrestling game because at the end of the day, it's storytelling. That's all it is. That's basically what we play these games for. We watch them live, and we want to experience the game. Then we want to experience in the game, and then we want to make our own story. You know what I mean? So I think working holes would probably be a good way to do that. So, and that's another thing about working holes. What I think that they should do, if you are doing moves like that, say like if you're trying to submit somebody, you should just you can use it as limb damage too. So that way you can weaken your opponent. And another thing, so if you're doing a rest hold, I think that's what it was. It was rest. It was submit, rest, drain, and hold. I think it was yeah, I think it was yeah, I think it was all correct. So but if you're resting, if you're using a working hold as a rest hold, you just really just resting. You're regaining your stamina, but not draining the opponent's stamina. But if you're draining, if you choose drain for instance, and you can drain your opponent's stamina while keeping your stamina high. And if you're just doing a hold, I don't know what to, I don't got anything for the hold yet. So I don't know what to implement for hold, but maybe 2K can figure that out if they go with that if they go with that mindset. Because I mean that's basically it from there. Because what I like about the the working hold, and I think another thing that it could be really good for like 30-man minute Iron Man matches, and really wearing out your opponent, so you really are getting that storytelling in. You know what I mean? So that's another thing that I think that so basically that's basically what I'm thinking about with the working holes, that they should be back in the game. And I've already asked this to a couple of YouTubers myself, seeing what they think about it. Some of them said, "Hey, it's part of the game and it's storytelling." So some of them thinking that it's good to be in the game. But what do you guys think? Like, should working holes be back in the game or not? Because here's another thing that, like, especially for like online play, I don't know about like online play, and I know a player's going to say that it could probably be abused or something like that, but I don't really think so. I don't really think it could be abused if they use that system I told you all about, the day of reckoning 1 and 2 system, the submit, damage, rest, and hold. If they use that system I don't really think that it should bother anything. But yeah, that's basically what I got for red toes. So what you guys, well, red toes. That's what I think about working holds on how they should be worked in the game. You know. But what animations I think they should do for working holds, I definitely would say body scissors, because I mean sometimes we see it, sometimes we don't. But the rear chin lock, that's another move. That's another move that needs to be implemented as a working hold, and probably like a grounded, like a seated headlock or something like that. That's another move that should be implemented in the game, put back in the game, and probably like a head scissors. I would say like a figure four head scissors, like like Charlotte Flair them be doing, and I think that's about it for the working holds. So yeah, so we covered that up. So let's see. And this one right here, well, this is controversial, people. This is controversial. And a lot of YouTubers have been already saying stuff about this. You guys already know where I'm going to. This, my second part is it is it's definitely going to be the battle pass. I'm going to say this about the battle pass, and you guys can agree with me or disagree with me, but excuse me. 2K. I'm gonna try to say this in the nicest way possible as I can, but you guys did 10 things right, and then 10 things wrong with this battle pass. One, the like one. I'm not even saying that the battle pass was a right way to go. I'm not saying that at all. I don't like the battle pass idea at all. I'm just gonna just tell you, I don't like it, because you buy the battle pass, and then you still have to grind the play and just to unlock the character that you're hoping for. And we don't even know what's in these battle passes yet. But I would say the with their gameplay, I think they knocked it out of the park this year. They had weapon fixes good. I think I just saw not too long ago. I think from another YouTuber. I mean, shout out Kenny Bomb. I think he was showing like the I Quit match, the Dumpsters match, and in the backstage. I think it was backstage or the island thing, something like, I forget, like the island area. And I seen that like they had like surprise. I think there's like surprise tax. I think there's surprise tax and backstage brawl. If that's a thing in this game, and I think it's going to be solid, to be honest. So I'm all for it though because like I don't think we ever seen like surprise attacks going on backstage, but that could be something that could amply be used. So that's where I say that they took 10 steps forward with the gameplay. The gameplay. I like it. I like what I'm seeing right now because they said they had weapon physics and the what was the stacked tables are back, which is one of the funniest animations I've seen from the stacked tables that they're stacking it and they're taking it out, they're putting it on the what's name, and then for some reason they just flip it like they just don't care. Like it's just like 2K say, there's stacked tables, it's in the game, be happy. I just think it's a funny, in my personal opinion, I think it's a funny animation. I mean, I don't really expect it to be perfect, but at least we got it in the game. You know what I mean? But and then I saw like I forget what it was. I think it's like now we can do like grappling moves with the chair. Like I think you do arm bars with the chair. I don't know how deep they're gonna go with it, but I hope they go all out with it because I'm liking the weapon physics already. I think I saw not too long ago. I saw like I think it was like a gameplay of somebody using a kendo stick and as the yes lock or something like that. It was like some type of submission with the kendo stick. I was like, okay, so you could do that now. That's good. So that's a good thing to use. But I hope it's not just only just for a not quit match. It probably should be for every match, to be honest. Because especially for those die hardcore wrestling fans that love hardcore matches, and that was my era back in the day with the hardcore stuff where they had the falls count anywhere, and it just got chaotic. And that's another thing that I always said that I liked it about like the older games, like the let's say like Here Comes the Pain. We're gonna pick on Here Comes the Pain because in my personal opinion that's one of my favorite games of all times. Everybody says No Mercy, but it's a coin toss up between No Mercy and Here Comes the Pain. But I'm always gonna lean towards Here Comes the Pain because that's the game I've grown up playing. I mean I did play No Mercy, but it just wasn't my cup of tea. I'm not picking on the game saying that I hate it. Everybody got their own taste of what they like in a video game. But we're gonna pick with um with Here Comes the Pain. Because with their backstage areas, they had all types of stuff that you can do backstage. They had I think they had like triple threat matches. You could do hardcore like I think you could do hardcore tag team matches and everything. And I forget the one match that they had is where they had that little crystal above your head. But they could use that for a championship scramble and say, okay, who's ever the last one with the crystal on their head is the winner of the match. But that's something that I always thought that was actually cool to have in the game. So, but back to the battle pass thing, because my personal opinion, and when they took 10 steps back with the battle pass, it was just like we all saw the trailer, it was all happy and dandy, and then we all saw the battle pass thing, and the way it was explained to us, it's just like I'm not a big fan of it because I mean we was all used to the DLC just coming out and just buying the DLC and having it right then and there. But now we're buying the battle pass and then we have to work for it. I mean, I'm just gonna say it like this too, okay? We like as a community, there's some of us. I mean, we're getting older. You know, we got jobs and stuff. People got jobs. People got lives to live. I mean, I think the only people that probably would be happy about the battle pass is probably the little kids. To be honest, because they're just gonna just tell their mom and dad to buy it for them. I know I'm rambling though, but it's just I just don't like the whole making us buy something and then we have to grind to get it. I mean, we bought it. We bought it. It's our purchase. We should already have it as soon as we bought the purchase. That's what we paid for it for. You know. And another thing that I actually want to go over is like the about what they have like only way I'm gonna I am gonna buy probably the first battle pass just to see how it goes. But if it's the way I think it is, I'm just gonna tell you, 2K, this is not my cup of tea. I can't bang with this. But yeah, that's just like I'm just gonna just see what it does because that's like I said, a wrestling fan is a wrestling fan. The wrestling fan's gonna buy a game no matter how bad it is, or they just want to see what money's talking about. Like correct? Because that's basically what I'm buying this game for. I mean, I just want to see what money's talking about. See what type of content can I get out of it. Can I make some good content out of it? But the thing is with me, it's like when they keep locking these players that we already been having in the game behind paywalls and stuff like that. So now I heard that they're getting rid of supercharges, so you can't really unlock everything. But me, mostly what I used to do anyways, I just used to play matches offline and just play against the AI and just play matches offline and just unlock whatever character I wanted to unlock anyway. Because my thing is this: a lot of people are not even going to be playing with these wrestlers anyways. So I don't even know what's the point of even unlocking them. Like the Randy Savage, the thing is with me, and they had the Triple H and the Stone Colds and stuff like that. This is another thing. This is a big problem for me about this game. You're gonna give us an older the older version of Triple H, like like back in 1980 or 1998 or something like that. You're gonna give us that Triple H, but why can't we just like give them a different variation of the pedigree, like the one where, like, if you're gonna go that far back, I think you should update the um the animation to the pedigree, like like make it where he doesn't release the hands, like where he doesn't release the arms and stuff like that. Or let's say, for instance, like with Stone Cold should at least have 5 variations of the Stunner by now. One of them should have been the Razor Ramon oversoul that Razor Ramon does, and the other one should have been the famous rock flipping out of fish out of water over another oversell that they do. But another one was like what he used to do from Here Comes the Pain, where he'll hit you with a stunner, but you'll stand back up and he can hit you with another stunner. That should be like, I think that should be like a super finisher for the Stone Cold if you're going to be going back to that era, because I would just bring back the old. I would just go back to Here Comes the Pain. Look at their animations and try to rework those animations and just put them on the wrestlers, the older wrestlers that you're going to be trying to present. Besides just giving them the same animations as before, because at this point right now, 2K, it's just like we're paying for skins. We're not paying for a wrestler. We're not paying for somebody with a different moveset. That when I pay for a wrestler, I'm paying to see a different move. Like, okay, what do this person have? This is one reason, like, if you're gonna lock like Stone Cold in the game, he's already in the game. We already know the stunner is his thing. So why we want to buy another Stone Cold when he's already in the game? This is one reason why I'm always like pushing forward for like new wrestlers or wrestlers that haven't been in the game, that haven't had a chance to make the game, so I can see what they're doing. Like, say for instance, like the Great Khali, he was in the game. He was in the game, but I forget how long ago he was in the game. And then they took him out, but they brought him back. But besides them, they brought him back as the heel Great Khali. But the only downfall is they kind of messed up his Titron. But they got his uniqueness down pat. When he does the Kali bomb, he does the little, like the foot pose, and he raises his arm as he's pinning you. Then his, like, what was it? His animate. What was his animation? His victory animation. Loved it, because he'll. It's like one thing with the Great Khali's animation is he will. Like, he'll be like walking around all tough and everything, and then he'll stand over you like he usually do like he usually do. They didn't just give him the same animation as last time, because there would have been no point of even like what's the point of even buying the Great Khali if you did nothing new with him. And another thing that they did unique with the Great Khali is the way he picks up his opponents all the time. He literally grabs them by the neck and everything. That's what I'm looking for when it comes to buying a new character. I want to see different stuff. Like I want to see like uniqueness in the game. I don't want to buy the same person and you don't see anything different. So, in my personal opinion, like that's another thing like about Battle Pass I don't like about Battle Pass because, and that's just like me just being me because, and I'm not going to say, and I get it. You're a multi-billion-dollar company. You need your money, this and that, all the other. But trying to milk money out of every consumer that you have, it's just. I'm not gonna say it's right. I ain't gonna say it's wrong. It's just a business. But I just know where I stand with this, and wherever you guys, and I can't tell you guys to to buy something and to not to buy something. But I know as for me, I got to do what's best for me, what works for me. Because especially after I forget what it was. It was the Attitude Era. 150 for the same characters that we've been playing with since Here Comes the Pain. Think about that, 2K. You're charging us 150 for wrestlers that we were playing way before SmackDown versus Raw 2006. We've been playing with Stone Cold for years. I think only one time they locked Stone Cold behind. I don't think they locked him behind a paywall, but I think it was like WrestleMania 21. Yeah, let's go pick on that game. That game was just awful. It just wasn't there. We're just gonna just but say, but at least we had a way to unlocking them, and that paid for them. It wasn't that bad, but this right here is just tedious, bro. My personal opinion, because excuse me, it's just like just locking players like players that well wrestlers that we already been playing with since forever, and now you're locking them behind paywalls and making us pay 150 for these characters. I'm like, I get it. I mean, but my thing is like, I'm actually happy for Joe Hendry. I'm actually because he's never been in the game. He's a new character to the game. Why wouldn't I pre-order? So I already had my what's the name. I already got my mindset made. Like I'm just gonna pre-order to get Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry just to see what he's capable of doing in the ring. And I'm still waiting on like confirmation on what they're doing with the battle pass. I don't even know what's in the battle pass. So that's basically what I'm just kind of poking it with a stick right now. It's just to see if it's gonna be something I'm gonna be doing forward. But if this is gonna be like this going forward, then I'm just not gonna do this, 2K. I'm just not. I'm just gonna tell you this straight out. I'm not gonna be out here doing battle passes like this is Call of Duty, because especially another thing that really like, and it makes me so mad, is like you buy all of this stuff and then the next year's game you got to buy all of it again, so there's no point. And then they might lock something, they might lock another character behind the paywall that you've already been playing with. And I seen I noticed that's a pattern that they've been doing, and I don't like that at all. But if you guys like if you guys got any questions or anything like, or what do you guys think about the battle pass? Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think it's like, do you think that is like, do it needs to go? I would say personally, my personal opinion, I would say it needs to go. If it don't hit this year, I would say just get rid of it and don't try to and don't put this thing back. Just go right back to the old one, because I'm gonna say it like this, folks. They're already making their money from my faction, and they're already making their money from the island because people are buying VC like crazy from the Mice faction and the island just to get persona cards, and then you're charging us extra for the persona cards. So you're already getting your money there. So what was the point of the battle pass? I'm just trying to figure that out. But yeah, that's gonna do it for my thing about the battle pass. My next topic is I'm gonna try to talk about. I want to talk about is is a payback. It's another controversial one, people. It's another controversial one. So, and I'm just gonna ask a question: if you guys think that resiliency should be removed, or should it stay in the game, or should be reworked? My personal opinion, I would say it should go, or it should. I would say it should be reworked. I'm not gonna say it needs to go. I would say it needs to be worked. It shouldn't be just for for everything. It shouldn't be an automatic get out of jail free card with the with resiliency, because resiliency back then, like when it used to work, it wasn't like an instant kick out, an instant breakout or anything like that. But I think it was 2K14 if I remember, is what they did with resiliency, and I wish that they went back to this. Is yeah, you have the if the bar is a little too small for you, besides them letting you automatically kick out, they made the bar bigger so you can time it, so you can actually have a chance of getting out of it. And I've seen like, so it still was kind of skill based. It still was like you had to kick out, and it's not like the game is playing for you. You know what I mean? And that's basically what I feel like with resiliency all the time. Like it's just like the game is playing for you. So that's basically what my thing was with resiliency. I just didn't like it. If they just made it, if they just made the bar bigger so that way you can get it, but if you don't time it right, then you can still kick out. You can still get pinned even with resiliency, because I used to do it all the time. Like back then in 2K14, I'll use resiliency and I think that I got it, and I missed it, and I'm like, and that's another thing that makes it unpredictable. That's one thing I would say that makes resiliency unpredictable. It's not like you hit somebody with a finisher and then you go for the 1, 2, 3, and then you should. It feels like you should get robbed out of a win, in my personal opinion. But I would say resiliency does have like its pros and its cons about it. Like what I do like about resiliency is this, because we used to deal with submission spammers all the time online, and that's another topic that I'm going to go over sooner or later about the online play. But I would say, and this is where I say resiliency should stay in the game. So that way we don't have like, when players want to spam submissions and try to submit you really quickly and get a cheap win and just clothesline you. It's just submission crazy until you tap out. That I think that's a perfect time to actually have resiliency work. Basically what I think, because and this same thing was like it was implemented in what was that game called? It was implemented in AEW Fight Forever, but players were getting mad because the like the matches end quickly, and even when people are using grit, but they're expecting the game to play for them. No, the game is like, no, that's not how wrestling works. There's just one button, and then you can get out of anything. See, that's the one thing I liked about AEW Fight Forever. Like if you did get hit with a signature or a finisher, you had that fear like I can lose the match at any moment now. But this game right here, it doesn't really matter how much damage you take. You can still be kicking out like normally after like 4 or 5 finishers. Then you add resiliency on top of that, and then the match just goes on forever. That's one reason why I say like resiliency shouldn't even be like even for breaking out of pins anymore. They should literally let these people. They should literally have these people manually kicking out of pins, not using resiliency just to get, not using resiliency to have a get out of jail free card. Like resiliency should only be just for submission, in my personal opinion, and that's my personal opinion about resiliency. It should be just for submissions only, so that way we don't have to deal with these type of players. But if you guys are like, got any other ideas about how resiliency should work in a wrestling game, just let me know in the comments below or let me know in the chat somewhere what you guys are thinking. And another thing, an idea that I had is just like they should like kind of limit resiliency a little bit, just kind of tone it down a little bit. Like make it where like it should be like pay-per-view matches and stuff like that. It should be like once per pay. It's already once per match, but it should be like once per pay-per-view or rivalry, like a intense rivalry or something. Not something that's just like always there. So that's basically what my thing is about 2K with with the resiliency thing, because I'm just saying, like, I just don't like the whole everyone using the resiliency to get out of jail free card. And I hope that 2K is actually like paying attention to stuff like this, because they tried something with it, but if you got hit with a finisher or something like that, you can if you know it was a super finisher, it was knockout resiliency. And I think that's something that they should have done with resiliency. Have it like have it get knocked out for like 2 seconds or something like that, and then yeah, just have it get knocked out for 2 seconds, so that way, depending on how bad it was. If it's like early in the match, then yeah. But if it's like ended of the match where they're both just beat down tired, I think that resiliency shouldn't even work anymore after something like that. And that's just my personal opinion about resiliency. Another topic I'm going to try to go over is the online play. Oh boy, where do I start with the online play? Now, this is where we all have our issues with the game, is online. Because there's toxic players online. We all know. I've been dealing with it since like 2K20, no, was it 2K? Or was it SmackDown? No, it was SmackDown versus Raw 2010. Was my first introduction to online play, and oh my god, the glitches in the game and what people did in the game were so foul and meaningless. I was just like, what is the point of even playing this game if players are just gonna play like this? It's like it didn't matter. It's like every game you play, somebody's always like they're like turning you into a cross and freezing you and doing anything that they could to win. And this is another reason why it's just like after like so many years of dealing with it, I just got burned out. But I think like that's the thing where it was like always like it's always like glitches going on, like hack moves going on, or glitch spammers and people just spamming moves that are irreversible, and not just like, oh my goodness, that is like the most tedious thing that I have to deal with all the time. But yeah, but my main thing is about the online play is I actually hopefully, because I heard that they got rid of the older consoles about time. The PS4 and the Xbox One is no longer a thing. So I'm hopefully that the loading screens are a little better than usual, because I just hated sitting there getting stuck on a loading screen forever. But I'm hoping that's something that they took care of. And another thing that always like because we know we got spam moves, like, and it's like it feels every year that these players will find some new move to start spamming at other players and start abusing in the game. And I think even with, I forget, I think it was 2K22 when you didn't play against cause, so all the toxic players picked Edge and just try to hit the irreversible spear over and over and over again. So every time I see an Edge player, I instantly leave. I'm like, nope, I'm not playing Edge. I'm not doing it. And I just didn't give them the satisfaction that they're looking for. But, and this is one reason why, like, I was glad that they actually put special referee back into 2K, into the 2K games, because in my personal opinion, and my thing is like with the special referee, I always do special referee matches. I don't care, because especially because I just want to see how other players are going to play the game. If they're going to be sitting there cheesing and spamming and acting, they cheesing and spamming in the game. Guess what? I'm not going to bother counting more pin. I'm not doing it. Nope, not doing it. If you're gonna go play like that, I'm just not gonna do it. And this one thing, right? I don't really think this is like really abused as much, but it was abused a lot in AEW is the rollout system. And another thing that the rollout system I would say needs to be done at least 3 times per match. It should be just like it should be 3 times. After the third time, you can no longer roll out the ring anymore, because some players. So now you have to be smart with rolling out the ring. So you can't just have it available to you at all times, because in AEW Fight Forever, all that thing was abused. When I say the rollout feature was abused in AEW Fight Forever, it was so toxic, and I just couldn't even deal with it. I got my legend status, and I was done. I said I am not even playing this game ever again online. But I don't think nobody's gonna be playing that game anyway, because I don't think the servers are even up anymore. Cause I literally sat there in the game waiting for somebody. I literally sat there for 30 minutes. I'm like, yeah, nobody's playing this game anymore. And another thing I will literally say that needs to be reworked is definitely, and this is one thing that kind of scares me too, Kev. This is one thing that really scares me, because it sounds good on paper. Don't get me wrong. It sounds good on paper. The reversal tied into the stamina sounds good. But I'm kind of getting like 2K17 or 2K17, 2K18, 2K19 vibe, where you had that meter, and if you ran out of reversals, you just couldn't do nothing. And I'm hoping that it's not like that. I'm just hoping that it's just not like, oh, you get win it and you can't reverse for a while, because I know what players are going to do. Players are going to abuse it and try to burn you out of, like, they're going to try to meter burn you by doing spam stomps and trying to burn you out of reversals. And that's basically what this is going to bring back. And I hope that it's not like that. I'm hoping that 2K is not trying to put it like this. But a solution to the reversal system it's like, this is like, it's like my thing with the reversal system. It's like they're trying to put a band-aid on the situation, hoping that it's going to get better. The solution to the reversal system is not tying it, in my personal opinion, is not tying it to the stamina. It sounds good, so they can't just spam reversals forever and, just reverse everything. But my thing is with the reversal system is they should make, besides having it one button to reverse everything, they should have, like, they should bring back the 2-button reversals. They have to bring that back. Like the R2, I think it was R2 to reverse grapples, and we had L2 to reverse strikes. If we did that, that would minimize like because now players will have to guess what you're throwing at them. Now players are not just like, now they're going to be sitting there going like left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, and just guessing. And and that's another thing that you can do. You can literally mix opponents up, because that's one thing that I always say that I liked it about the older games, because it wasn't just one button to reverse everything. It's like, and I hate to make this comparison, but it was almost like UFC 5, how you hold a low block and you can stuff takedowns. You can block your body. You can check leg kicks, all by just using one button. Well, it's just holding down two buttons, just holding low block the entire time. And that's one thing. That's one thing. What I'm getting with this game is that you're letting players get away with a lot of stuff. Like, and I would say it. Players gotta learn to they're gonna have to learn the game eventually. If you keep holding their hand, saying, "Well, we're just gonna give you guys one button reversals," and then you wonder why matches are taking like over 30 minutes because no one can't hit a move because we're reversing everything. Players are just hitting one button, guessing, and hoping to get a reversal, and that's not how how wrestling should work. It shouldn't be just someone just guessing. And another thing that they should do while I'm on this topic is this: if an opponent is guessing at if opponent is just hitting what's in their guessing, they should one have their stamina attacks, or two take double damage. They should take double damage for guessing. And so that will actually make these players actually have to time their stuff correctly, not just be clicking and guessing. If you guess wrong and you got caught in the animation, you should instantly get caught with it. You should instantly get caught, and you should instantly it should drain your stamina. Matter of fact, I think that's what they should do. That's another idea. If somebody's just spamming, like just clicking the reverse button for no reason, just try to reverse, they should lose stamina for it. I'm just being that's just me being petty at this time, folks. That's mama being petty, okay? Because I just don't want. I just like my thing is I just don't like the whole submission spam going on. Well, not submission spam, the reversal spam. Like you can't get a move off, you can't hit finishers. Then they did this with the stun meter, and oh my god, the stun meter was the most unforgiving thing that they could have ever put in a wrestling game. And I don't know. I don't know if they're getting rid of that or not. But hopefully not, because I mean it's still good. It's still good for it's still good, like to get the hit your finisher or something like that. But it's just like don't make it that easy to stun somebody. They should literally like they should be like if you get hit with a signature, that just it should sometimes it should stun you and sometimes it shouldn't stun you. That's what I think about that. Let's see what else we got here. Another thing is I'm thinking about like, and this is a good thing to have too, like rank mode. Have like let's have like title matches where you can battle for the belt online and stuff. I think they had that in two, like it was a SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. I just never played it online because I didn't have access to the internet. I didn't have access to the internet at the time. I didn't really start getting into like the online play until like 2010, I believe. SmackDown vs. Raw 2010. I think that was like my first introduction to online play, and it was the worst experience. It was the worst experience ever. But anyway, like if they have a ranking system or a rank mode, they should literally have like modes where you could do title matches, you could fight for a belt, you could create a belt, you could prestige a belt, something. You know what I mean? Give us something that we can work with 2K. You know what I mean? And as for casual mode, and if they have a casual mode, I would say for casual mode, just your everyday, you're just playing for fun. It's like no records are on the line. You're just playing for fun, but you already know how people are. People are gonna play, even if there's like a casual mode. They got the quick matches going on, and you can create your lobbies and everything, do what you want. But and that's just my thing, right? That's just my take on casual mode. It's just casual mode. You're just playing with no records on the line, no hard feelings. Nobody's getting their feelings hurt. But players online are gonna do everything that they can to win. So, but that's just my thing right there about the casual play. It's just like keep your everyday lobbies and another thing that they need to do. Speaking of the lobby, they gotta make it. Besides just having you automatically in the Western, you should be able to pick what spot that you want to be in. If you're hosting, you should be able to host something, and besides the game choosing what side the player is on, they should make it where they should make it where the players have to pick where they want to be. So, say for instance, if I'm trying to be a referee or I'm trying to be the third man or wherever, I should be able to pick what spot I want to be in. And I think that's another thing. I don't know if that's something that they're working on. Hopefully, that they get that right, because that's another thing that I think that needs to be changed. But it's just a minor fix. That's not nothing I want to dwell on too much. So that's just another something just to throw out there. And another thing that I'm trying to address. This is another this is another interesting topic here, because there's some people like myself that like have created superstars, and you're trying to showcase them, you're trying to show their interests and everything, to showcase them online and say, hey, look what I worked on. And some guy decides, nah, I don't want to watch interests. I'm just going to skip it and just be a complete jerk, like not knowing, like, dude, it took me 2 hours to get this entrance together, and I go out here to start to showcase it just for you to skip it. One, in my personal opinion, I would say they should just take like entrances offline. No, not offline, online. They should just take it off completely, because this is what players are going to do. If players are just going to just skip them anyways, only what's the point? We putting all we putting all our hard time putting what you want in the game, and then it's not enough for you guys. It's like, and it feels like it's not enough, and that's the thing that it's like they're ungrateful. You know what I mean? Or what I think that they should do is at least let the superstar get to, like, they should shorten the entrances. In my personal opinion, at least 30 seconds. If it's for online, they should literally just put it out there for 30 seconds, and then let them get to the stage, and then they walk down the ramp. At least okay, we seen the wrestler, we know who we going up against, and then that's the ending of the entrance, like an entrance preset. You know what I mean? Like a 30-second preset of what they're just gonna come out like the Undertaker, or they'll come out like the Rock, or they'll come out like somebody, and then 30 frames later, and then 30, and then by the time they start walking down the ramp, they just cut out and just get to the next person. That's thing that I think that they should do. It's just do that, or that's another approach that they could take. Or what they could do, and this could get a little dicey, people. So I'm just going to just say it like this: they should literally have a vote to skip option. Everybody should have to agree on it. Besides just one person skipping and a whole interest skip, because who knows? You could be just going to the bathroom or getting something to eat or something like that, and before you know it, you come back, the match is over. You know what I mean? But they should literally make it where people have to. Yeah, they should make it where people have to vote in order to skip. Say like one person voting to skip, the other person voting to skip the other person. But if that one person doesn't want to skip and they just want to watch the entrance and watch it play through, everybody should have to vote on it. Now this could be easily abused, because people like to use this to troll other players and say, "Oh, I know I'm going to lose this match anyways, so I'm just going to waste as much time as possible, and hoping that it kills their momentum." You know what I mean? So that's one reason why I think that, like, that's one reason why I'm thinking that it could be a good thing and it could be a bad thing, if that makes sense. So that's another thing that I think needs to be addressed. And another thing I think that needs to be done. I think this is a bonus for me, in my personal opinion. It's just like they should have like an anti-cheat system. Yes, I'm saying it. 2K needs to have an anti-cheat system. So people that are using hack moves or glitch spamming the game and doing freeze glitches and disappearing glitches, stuff like that, and it's automatic and it is seen by two and it is seen. That person should automatically get banned. They should get kicked from the game, and their account should get immediately banned because I'm gonna tell you guys something that happened to me when I was playing Call of Duty with my brother, and I remember it like it was yesterday. It was a guy. The match just started, so and we see this guy just shooting at the air, and we're just dropping like flies. And we're sitting there seeing it like, wait, he didn't even shoot us. So we look at the kill cam, and we see the guy shooting at the air and killing us. And next, the next I think like the next play, the guy was instantly kicked out. And I'm thinking that's one thing that 2K needs to take from. Yeah, that's one thing that 2K needs to take from Call of Duty, like because that just to make the gameplay fair for us. You know what I mean? Because I don't like the whole. Well, I'm just gonna spam and do every irreversible move to try to win something that means nothing. So basically, yeah, That's just something I just threw in on my own. And another thing I would say that we need to be addressed is the DC players, people that quit out of a match. But then again, this could be like this should be. I don't know if it should be done for casual matches. It should be like for rank. If there's a rank system, and then players are quitting out of matches. And I will say this to 2K: if you're gonna have rank, do not put cause in it. Do not. I repeat, do not put calls in rank. You put them in rank, everybody's gonna cheese and try to play unfairly and play 100 overalls and have every irreversible move in the game. They're gonna do everything they can to win. So that's my thing is no calls in rank. Calls can only should be in casual matches only. If they go down that route. So that way, but it should but back to the DC penalty, like it should be like if you like DC out of a game, if you just disconnect for some odd reason. Now I know people's internet goes out, but if it's like to the point where, well, I got hit with a finisher, I know the match is over, so I'm just gonna quit out of the match. Now if you quit you quit when the 1 2 3 is done, then that's cool. That's on you. That you want to bounce in. Hey, the match was over anyway, so that's something that you want to do. You want to bounce, go right ahead. Not really going to talk about universe mode as much because I'll talk a little bit about universe mode. I mean, and it's the thing I will say about universe mode that I think that needs to be changed. It's definitely they keep saying that they needed more storylines and more rivalries and injuries or meaningful. Because in my personal opinion, it seems like it says like it just gets stale after a while. Well, I've never played it because I'm not really. I've been trying to build my own show and everything else like that because I got ideas for it. But I might give it a try next week. Well, not next week. This year's game. See what it's talking about and see what we can do about that. But another thing that we're gonna say is talk about is community creation. So this is where I shine at right here because I love making my own wrestlers and everything, thing like that. Now I know they gave us 200. They gave us 200 to create superstars, so I'm like, okay, so I can create for days now. So, and one thing I said, I know they got upload limits. I'm not even a big fan. I don't really upload anyway. I should be uploading my characters and showcasing them. so that way most people can see what I've been working on, because I be having like some characters that I can actually like that actually look like legit wrestlers. But I look on the creation now, I just start seeing all types of people in masks and hoodies and stuff like that. I was like, I'm not about to waste my time, people. But and another thing, I mean, I know this is one thing that really like takes the cake, with community creations is the hair fix. I know we can't get that right. Sometimes they can get some people get the hair right. Some people don't. Some of them just like they just luck out and just don't have a good. Yeah, some of the hair physics is just not all there, but I don't expect them to know that. I mean, the hair physics is pretty much like, I'm not gonna say it's hard or anything like that, because I'm not a coder or anything, but I know a lot of YouTubers that started picking up like making their own game, and I'm in there telling me about how the struggle is and how it's done. Now, another thing is like, I don't really think like this is really like say something that could be debated or anything like that, but with face scanning and versus sculpting faces, because you can sculpt them and you can face scan. But me, I like to face scan everything. That's why like most of my creations, they all look realistic, because I'm always just face scanning like whatever. You literally can just make whatever you want. So I really don't really have an issue with that. With the call, no, with the with face scanning and sculpting, because I mean, I don't really like sculpting the face anyway, because I don't really like spending more than 2 hours trying to get the face right and everything else, when I could just face scan and just that person's done. But another thing that I would say that needs to be done for community creations is renders. I'll show you guys right quick. Show you guys something. I'm gonna use myself as an example. Okay. So I'm gonna show you guys this. Like how you see this here, how they have a custom render here. They should make two of them, because you should have a render for each attire. So this is another thing that I'm hoping that they do implement in the game soon. I haven't made a second attire yet, but because I'm just like, this is where I just kind of like had an idea about what they should do in the game. Because if you have two ring attires, you should have another render, like, so that way it's almost like, let's see if I can use an example here. That's all my other renders here. Let's see what we got here. See, like right here. Like, because if I did this and I went to render like that second slot here, I should be able to change that into something completely different. So that way when you do pick you pick your second attire, but you have a different render for it. That's one thing that I think that 2K should take from. Let's see if I could just give you guys an example. Like, and I know this is gonna be like this right here. Yeah, like this. Okay. Let's see. Like, you see how Roman Reigns has like a render of him, how he has his original render, but then you go to this one right here, it's completely different. I'm thinking they should do that same thing with creative superstar. They should have like, even though we know we got like probably like 4 or 5 something Roman Reigns somewhere, or was that The Rock? Yeah. Now this one right here, this is like original. I don't know what was the deal with this. I don't know why they had this Roman Reigns, but I'm just showing you guys like how they had different renders for each attire that they had. You know what I mean? So that's basically what my thing is about, like with the renders. Like have like make the renders like for different attires. So that way, if you have a different attire, you should have a different render for it as well, not just another creative superstar or the same render showing You should be able to switch that render. But I'm hoping that's something that they can code to get renders working correctly. Another thing, there's one more thing that I think that you guys need to hear is this. Is I think I forget which one it is, but it used to be where the commentary people used to say like the created wrestlers name out of nowhere. Say for instance, you said like if you had a wrestler by the name of John or something like that, they'll start talk about, well, John is doing this and John is like, they'll have like a bio or something. They'll tell you a backstory about how your character is. I'll show you, see if I can give you guys another example on how that should work. So just bear with me, folks. Just bear with me. I'm gonna use myself again as an example. Okay, I'm gonna show you this. Let me show you guys this right quick. Let me show you. Okay. You see here where it says personal traits here? They should actually make bios off of what you do here. So if you say your person is like completely egotistic or something like that, they should build like it should be like a bio giving the commentary people something to say about somebody's being like about egotistic people or prideful, like this person carries himself with so much respect or something like that, or this person is bold and this person is disrespectful or something like that. They should make a bio around the personal traits. I think that they should do that. So that way it could give that way it gives like your wrestler like a story behind it besides just, oh, she just clotheslined him. Oh, he just did this, and oh, he just did that, and make it where they're actually singing. Make it where the commentary people are singing the wrestlers' names, like like whatever name that you choose. Now, if it's like a name that just made up or something like that, then there's really not much you can do about it. But if it's like a name that's in the game, I know I'm going back and forth with this creation. I know I'm going back and forth, people. I know I'm going back and forth. Take a look at this. Okay. Let's see. Okay, name info. Now I call myself like the Nightmare because they didn't have Nightfall. So say for instance, if you like, if you said if you had like this name, if you said Nightmare, then the commentary people should start saying stuff about how Nightmare is and what she's doing and in the ring. Oh, Nightmare's in trouble, or Nightmare's with a power bomb or something like that. Something to make it seem like your character, your wrestler, is in is a part is part of a wrestling show. You know what I mean? So that's another thing that I wish that they would implement in the game is, I don't know if they call it commentary name, like naming wrestlers. I don't know what they're going to call that, but I'm hoping that's something else that they can get into the game for us. That's another thing that I think that they should do. All right, let's see what else do we got here. Okay. I'm just like going through my notes here, people. Just bear with me. Okay. Another thing I think we should talk about is definitely, and I'm hoping that like the referee intelligence or something like that. Which brings me to another topic. I just thought about it. Where is the referee's 5 count, 2K? We haven't had that in the game since, I don't know, since forever, since you guys took over. I mean, I think they had it in no. I'm trying to remember. Was it in 2K14? I'm drawing a blank here, but I know that if you can literally like if the person got to the ropes or something like that, besides them just automatically breaking, give us back the referee's 5 count. That's something that they do in wrestling. And another thing that I think that they should do for the referee if both wrestlers are tired, and this was in 2K, this was in SmackDown vs. Raw 2006, where they had double countouts, where one person is down, like they're both down, they're both exhausted, and they're both just trying to, they're both out of like stamina, and but they'll have to like it's like they had to play some mini game to regenerate their stamina. Whoever and both wrestlers, like whoever got to their feet first, I don't think that they counted the other one out. They just like the match has just continued. The match has just continued. Whoever got up first, and the match has just continued. Because I don't think they ever did double countouts before. So that's another thing that I wish they do. And another thing I think that they should bring back for referee intelligence. Remember the working hold I was telling you guys about. Say for instance, if you have somebody like on a sleeper hold or something like that, and besides just having them tap out, just having them like do the what's the name where they lift their arm up and then let it drop for like three times, and then if it drops 3 times, then they call the match. No, I think that's another thing that they should bring. That's another thing I think they should bring back into into a wrestling game. They should bring that back because I don't really see it happen that often. Well, no, that's with double count outs. I don't really see it happen that often in wrestling anymore. But they still do the hand thing where they lift the arm up and then they let it drop 3 times. But for some reason, they've been just letting it drop 1 time and then they all call the match. I don't know what the thing is about that, but I don't even know the rules about WWE anymore. But anyway, that's pretty much that's pretty much everything that we covered. So let's see if there's anything else here. Let's see. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I want to go over with you guys before we go, because I think I covered a lot today. But I mean, if you guys got like any questions or any concerns about 2K that you want to discuss, I mean, I'm all ears. I'm all ears. Like I'm here, and just let yourself be known, because and I think I pretty much covered everything, because especially when it comes like to the double renders, because I mean you already have 2 attires, but I think we should only have 2 attires, because I don't think I want to be creating like 4 or 5 something attires for one character. I think 2 is enough for us, in my opinion, and that's just me being me. But yeah, let's see. Yep. So pretty much. Oh yeah. I have one more thing to show you guys. Got one more thing to show you guys. It's we had to have like different animations for certain for the creation for move creation. You know what I mean? Like, because I noticed that everybody does the same storm, but there is one person, and I'm just gonna showcase it right now. I'm not gonna do the full match, but I'm just gonna show you guys something that 2K needs to pay attention to. Let's do this on Raw. We're gonna do this on Raw, or could we go NXT? Nah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this on Raw, and we're gonna turn off commentary so we don't get hit with copyright. It's gonna be Stacy Keibler. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys something with Stacy that nobody's even addressing. I don't even know if it's anybody else. Who we gonna pick on today? I don't know who. I don't know who we're gonna pick on today. Yeah, screw it. Let's pick on Penta. since I got disrespected the legend last time. But anyway, all right, I'm gonna show you guys something like that you guys need to pay attention to. So
here we go with Stacy Keibler, ready for action. From Nitro Girl to Diva, Stacy is never one to be complacent. There's a fierceness in this young lady that will surely see here tonight.
Okay, you guys seeing this, right? Like how Stacy is actually stomping her opponent. She's not stomping like all the others. Now watch when I go to Penta here. I'm gonna show you guys something. When I go to Penta,
and I think a lot of that comes from Penta's
versatility
in the ring, Corey. Penta can get extreme, he can get technical.
Now watch how he stomps. See how he is stomping? He stomps completely different. But I'm gonna show you this though. Now, I'm gonna show you guys this. I already told you I'm not gonna really. I'm just implementing what I'm just explaining what I'm trying to show you guys here. Now, if you go to Roman Reigns and go to let's say D'Lo Brown. No. I forgot to turn off the entrance. Alright, so I'm going to go show you guys something. I'm going to show you the same thing. Now, you realize how Penta was stomping. Let's see about how Roman Reigns is doing it. It's the same animation. That's another thing that I think that should be addressed here. Now watch me now go to D'Lo.
This one is Roman Reigns.
No, get off me.
That's always the plan for Roman going into a match.
See how the stomp animation is completely different. You know, the stomp is completely the same. I think that they should really have different stomping animations, you know. Because I think back then they had The Rock had when you played with The Rock, I think he had some type of stomp where he shakes his foot a little bit or shakes his leg a little bit and then he stomps you. Booker T, I forget how he used to do it. This was like back in Here Comes the Pain when they had unique stomp animations and everything like that. And I was hoping that they brought that back. But if you guys seen what I was doing with Stacy, how Stacy Keibler had a different stomp animation than everyone else. And I'm hoping like that's something that they put like in the move set. So a stomp animations in the move list. So that way you can choose what type of stomp you want to do. So it's like so that way you have like more customization over your character. And another thing that I want to talk about is while we're on animations is because let's say for instance I think Liv Morgan or Trish or somebody, they all do that little one thing, you know, where if you try to clothesline them, they will do the Matrix thing out of nowhere. I wonder they should have and that's another thing I think they should have more of a reversal, like a reversal type or something like that. Say for instance, if you want to reverse like Trish or Liv Morgan to do the Matrix thing, you should have you should be able to have like their reverse animations. You know what I mean? Like it's just uniqueness. Like say like for instance, if I don't know who else have unique reversal animations, but those are the only ones I can think of off the top of my head right now. But let's see. Been live for a while. See if there's anything else that we need to discuss right quick. Just give me a moment, folks. Okay. So basically that's pretty much that's everything I wanted to cover with you guys today. So but if you guys enjoyed any part of the stream or anything like that, or like anywhere lurking, something like that, and you just wanna chat and talk, and I don't know about the channel, let yourself be known. I'm all ears. But yeah, that's pretty much that's gonna pretty much do it for everything that I wanted to discuss right now. But I'm definitely gonna start I'm definitely gonna start making videos about what we just discussed here, and I'm just gonna elaborate a little bit more about what I'm expecting, and hopefully it reaches out to 2K because I mean, I'm that one that could probably get through to 2K maybe. I said maybe. I ain't gonna say that I can, but best I can tell you right now is I could do I could put videos out there, put content out there, and hopefully that it reaches 2K, and hopefully they sit to say this woman's onto something, you know. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video or stream. I don't know what you guys want to call this thing, but if you guys did enjoy any parts, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss another. Wait, yeah, just make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss another video. It's been Wolf. Later.